It's time for Leather Podcast.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 4 of the Leather Podcast. All those beautiful fuckers that have subscribed. I think we're at 350 now.
Yeah. So I've got a poster, a UFC poster. Obviously, I've just not got a poster of me like with a dick out. But
A minute in.
I know. Sorry.
Good start.
I've got a poster. So
Are we giving it out or what?
giving it out. What's your what you wanted me to do? Send a scuddy of the mutt. Sorry, man, I couldn't resist it. That's what goes into mine.
Anyway, co-host Paul Craig, Ross Cooper, episode 4. Like, hopefully we don't fucking.
3 was good.
No, I think we're done.
3 was.
I think we're done. I think that's it. We've peaked too soon.
The end of 3 was peak material.
It just went nice though.
So I'll tell you, I've not actually listened to it because it was not an appropriate time. I had family members round about me, and it felt like this could fucking sink or swim.
Well, the first 50 minutes are all right. Talk about MMA.
Well, we opened with the rugby player getting his ass licked. Oh, licking ass. That was like the best opening.
I know.
I thought what I sent to the group chat today was.
Oh, with what was it? The MMA fighter.
Aye. I don't know if you want to say his name.
He's a liver puddling.
Aye.
And he's getting scudded in about the hooers.
Just having a good
They're
time.
definitely hooers, aren't they?
The Scouser. I think one's his bud.
Is it?
I think so.
How do you rack that up with your bud? Like, how's the conversation go? It's like, listen, you fancy this? And it's like, I'm just kidding on. You fancy fucking with or somebody else?
I would imagine when you're the local big time skag dealer, she probably just does as she's told.
This is what Ross is saying.
Aye, I'm sure he's a
saying
cool
none.
guy. I'm sure he's a cool guy.
So-
He seems a cool guy.
So a lot of people liking the podcast, clearly.
Aye.
I see it. I see that the comments on all the socials and on the YouTube. The YouTube is getting a bit of like
Do you know what's
comments.
Do you know what's pish? Keep it fucking high.
Why? Has anyone
Honest.
said that to
Aye,
you?
somebody tweeted it.
Aye, somebody tweeted it to me. But even that, people have said it to me in the street, and I was like, shit.
That's
Good.
funny, man. That's funny.
I like it at work when people come up and mention it because you're like, oh fuck, people are.
Actually,
For
listen.
a non-stoner, that's a funny story.
But then I was in the gym, and Kieran Reid was like, Paul, as I was leaving, he went, keep it high. I was like, cunt, you fucking mag.
Yes, love it.
What's new? What's happening?
So the fights at the weekend, Erin Blanchfield, I'm a fan. Do you like her? I like her. No, because she beat Molly, obviously. I do like her as a fighter.
Yeah,
I think she's definitely a contender. Can she beat the Bullet? I don't think so, but...
Do you think anyone can?
Well,
Did you think?
there was holes in her game the last game, and Erin's a good grappler, so it could happen, but... I'm a Bullet fan. I like the Bullet.
Oh, he's kind of sexy.
I like them, they cowgirl bits.
Let's hear. So you're
They big ass guns, man. Actual guns, no.
who you picking? Who's your one in the UFC roster?
For female?
You be a guy if you want, mate.
I'm a Jim Miller fan.
No, I was meaning like who you're going to fuck. I'll get fucked half it.
Fuck's
Like, maybe.
Jessica Andrade.
Do you like that with your lesbo cup?
She can keep that.
Hello,
fucking-
little boy.
She can keep the Brazilian fucking.
The skinhead.
I see the big thing she weighs in with and all that. Pereira wore. The big
Aye,
thing.
aye.
She walks out with that. Don't know what they call that.
Headdress.
You know what I'm talking about? The big,
Aye.
it's a big Indian thing. No, do you?
I know what you're talking about, but
It's got feathers and shit in
I'm
it.
trying to hud it in, saying stuff about it.
Aye, that's what I'm trying to say it nice.
Doing- aye.
So it doesn't sound like racist or something.
Aye.
I don't think it can sound racist. It's a big fucking feather headdress thing.
Headrest?
Headdress. Dress.
Headdress, right.
Dress.
What do they wear it for? To make you get better in that? If you're not well.
I don't know. It's maybe hides the steroids. in it.
Think she's juicing?
Don't know.
So you asking what female UFC fighter I would like?
Gabby Garcia.
I don't know. I used to always like Misha Tate, man.
Because of the farter.
I like Tate. That both. She got a bit of both, man.
She's got those fucking heavies.
She got the heavies. Hashtag
Hashtag heavies.
aye.
Who you going for?
That's quite a good shout, to be fair. I'm trying to think through if there's any others. What's the one with the tattoos on her face?
Oh, Jessica.
Jessie.
Jess.
Aye, Jessie Jess. She gets. She Australian. Oh. Do you like her as well?
No, I think she likes
Possibly.
him.
She likes you.
Who doesn't like me?
I don't know, man. Paige Van Zandt, she like you?
I think I followed her
No.
on Instagram. She didn't follow me back.
See, I think Paige Van Zandt looked like a wee guy for the gym that used to train. Remember him? Nice wee guy. Sexy looking. Had a sweet ass.
No.
Paige Van Zandt looked like a wee guy.
Actually, she looked like a wee guy for the gym.
I hate her doing the bit. She done bare knuckle lane was all fucked up and that. That's
Yeah.
what I hate.
I don't. She does man on. I don't really like her, to be fair.
I'm going to go for the Brazilian.
Her man fights in Bellator,
I know who
right?
you got to say. Darren.
Mackenzie Dern. She's got that.
Brilliant.
She's got that falter.
And that fucked up accent.
Is it? I can understand that.
Put on.
Aye, but it's like Joanne Calderwood's got the same one. Like, she's just trying to make herself appear more like.
She's lived out there for a while now. Joanne
Americanised.
Calderwood, eh?
Aye.
She's married to the boy at the gym.
Aye, Wood.
Big Wood.
Are they married? Is he her coach?
Aye. I'm going to be honest, mate. We are going to fucking Vegas.
I know,
The
you
PI where she trains.
What's the gym in Las Vegas?
Syndicate.
That she's at, aye.
Aye.
I don't.
She spends a lot of time in the PI though, doesn't she? Or is that just for
I
physio?
think it's just conditioning and physio and all the stuff that goes along with it.
Don't know about having your fucking husband as your coach though.
Yeah. Aye.
Because like, if she talks back in the house, then she'll talk back in the gym. Do you know what I mean though? No, did I say something? Well,
The dishes done.
are they? Sometimes you've got. Do you never have to pull up your? Do you not? I feel like I've said something I maybe shouldn't hear, but if I get home from my work and I have to point something out, I'm fucking unhappy about it. Do you know, David? Do you just, if you come home from work and there's like still clothes in the washing machine or dishes aren't done, do you just say fuck all? You just take it. You just do them.
Aye.
Chris.
I'm a bit tidy up the toys.
You're ready to drop the smackdown, man?
Oh, mate, I'm not happy. If I come in and I see there's a problem and I've just come off a 14-hour shift. Do you know what I mean?
Ross is still living.
Do you know what I mean?
He's still living in the fucking
1940s.
Aye.
You'll go back to your Maz. Send you back to your fucking Maz. You never say that to your missus.
I made in Livingston. Just say on you, man.
Get down there. See how you get on. Away back to your Maz. Or up to your bed. Up to your bed for an hour and then we'll fucking.
Fucking hell. Ross is running a tight ship, man.
Aye.
You're still jerking your dick like a pilgrim, man. You're fucking watch fucking
Do you
porn.
think that's what's wrong?
Aye.
I stopped watching porn and I've just fucking started wearing
You need to
polar
go back to
caps now.
the dark arts, man.
Relax a bit. That's why I'm so fucking. Why is the hoovering not being done?
Oh, this fucking podcast.
So I'm being serious though. People are going to be like, that's funny. No. I know. But I do, I'll mention it like. But that's what I think about a husband coaching a wife. Who was it, in fact, they started arguing and Misha Tate fucking chimed in about, what's her name?
I don't know, man.
And she was like, oh my God, that's clearly abuse. Like, shut the fuck up. It's her fucking coach telling her what to do in between rounds. How's that abuse?
Fair dues. Thing is,
I can't mind her name.
Angela Hill. Her husband's her coach as well, isn't it?
Aye.
Scottish boy.
Full on coach, I don't know about
He's definitely in the corner.
that. Aye, it's definitely.
It's annoyed me that I can't mind her name. It'll come back to me though.
Why not? Must be the worst thing in the world.
Doing what you're told by a woman.
No.
Say how you really feel, Ross.
Aye.
Oh.
When you're in the cage, right, and you're cornering your wife, and you're like, I should be slipping my jab, and she goes, fuck up, you never made it to the UFC.
Oh,
That'd be horrible, wouldn't it? Like, fuck up, you never made it to the UFC, and you're like, aye, right, sorry. Hen.
Paige Van Zandt, man. He's a Bellator guy, eh?
Is he?
I think he is. Is he Bellator?
Aye.
He is. Is he day alright?
He's good.
Aye.
Very good. I trained with him in Portland.
He's in about the OnlyFans, eh?
They moved to Florida, I think. Aye, he's
Is
in about it all.
he hanging dong in OnlyFans?
Aye?
I think he's just doing shit with her, aye.
Yeah.
Like,
Horsing her.
Aye.
my mate.
She's got a fucking tackle it.
You can't look at them the same after that, eh? You can't, eh?
Don't make me laugh, mate. My nerve is fucked. So, we're getting back onto some MMA stuff.
What do you want to talk about?
Your man fucking throwing that fight away.
William Knight. Mate, I think this is a...
Why would you go through a full fight camp and a weight cut for 15 minutes? He no thrown in a punch, a kick. I wouldn't even put myself through that just for that. And then I don't know if he's been cut or not.
I've not seen it.
I broke the news
It was the worst performance from a person I've ever seen.
I broke the news about Yuri Prohaska being a drug cheat, and I'm going to break the news about this now, right? William Knight's betting on fights and throwing them intentionally.
You think so?
Aye. I can't see another reason for that.
Do you think well, if he gets cut, if he has been cut,
I think he's
is
cut.
it worth whatever you've put on that bet?
No.
Is it worth losing your
Because it has been happening.
your career over?
Like there's been,
Yep.
it seems to have been played down quite a lot. I don't think it was made as big a deal as it should have been.
Jimmy Krause.
He had a Telegram group.
Jimmy Krause had a bad year that year,
He got
didn't he?
fucking. He got all his fighters and his gym and everything. Fucking
Everything taken off him.
I heard Brendan Schaub talking about it, and
Did
he
they?
says he knew people in the Telegram group, and he says this is not a new thing. This isn't one or two fights.
Is it not?
No.
Wow.
So-
I thought it was because one of his fighters was injured. They knew he wasn't going to win, and it was one of these ones where the guy needed the money, and they're like, right, we'll make a wee bit of side hustle on this.
So that's what I thought with the William Knight fight at first. I was like, he must have been injured or something. Something's wrong with him, and he's needed paid.
He was shook. He looked froze. But Ross, like,
Do you think
he
it's
was animated before the fight started?
He looked good before the fight. I just when they were announcing him
So
and that, and he was
I
like,
bet this motherfucker. So that's how I was a wee bit extra.
DM
annoyed.
him now, mate, and just say,
do
William,
you think it was he's through it for a reason, or do you think he's just shot the bed?
He shit out of bed.
Shot the
can
bed.
happen, eh? It can happen.
I just froze, like looked like a rabbit in the headlights. But in between the second and third round, his coach just slapped him like,
What's going on?
do this, and he's like, I will do. He's like, don't fucking tell me to do it, just do it.
Just do it.
So he was, and he's like, I will. And then he went out in the third round,
And just got his legs kicked to bits.
nothing for 50 minutes, man. It was insane.
It's a shadier business than we realise, though.
I tweeted
It's the fight business, isn't it?
3:45 in the morning. I tweeted right after that.
Got to be. I'm certainly got cut today. I'm going to Google it when we get out of here because I think it's unprofessional to take my phone out.
Do you? We did it in the last podcast.
I know. I feel bad.
So, Scotty Andrews was the name.
Oh, I didn't think we would.
We're getting back on this.
No, just because we forgot the name. Scotty Andrews. We and I, Scotty, we and I, that's it.
So my comeback to Triple X online is going to be to her. Is that what you're suggesting?
Was there a point in your life where you went,
XXNX.
I don't want to watch females in this position anymore? Was that the reason? Why was the reason of not watching porn? I think we've not touched on this enough. Do you?
You want me to tell you truthfully? I just think they're fucking scumbags. Who do it. Like,
Is it the porn stars?
So do you just beat the meat to like Instagram last season?
just memory. Memory. Back when I was. Back when I was a younger guy.
His glory days.
Aye, and I didn't have to fucking tell my missus to do the hoovering when she was sound. That's it, basically. But nah, it's not because I think they're scum. I don't know. I don't think it's healthy.
Watching?
I like when
Watch 'em.
the porn stars make all their money, be famous, and then try and say how bad porn is, and try and get all their videos took off after they've made millions and been famous for it. Like
That Rocco Siffredi, he's getting hit with it, eh? He used to.
they were he's got a baseball bat as a dick, man. Caving people in with it.
He used to. He liked to rough them up a bit, eh? He liked to get in about them. I mind finding my old man with DVDs of Rocco, but he used to make his wife film it, eh? That was his thing.
But you see the Lana Rhodes, who's got like a baby, an NBA guy now, and she's like, "Oh, two things: don't do porn, don't have like babies to NBA guys." You're just like, that's who made you who you are. Not you wouldn't have all your millions of followers or millions of pounds if it wasn't for that. So
We live in a crazy world at the moment where MD can be famous for fucking nothing.
aye,
Like, you don't need to have talent, you just need to have a fucking ass and a pair of hangers.
I think they let them through on purpose. I think like these companies, like some of this stuff you'll see kids watching on YouTube and you think, how the fuck is this channel got 10 million subscribers? And I think YouTube do it to just make it be like, people will keep making channels, they'll keep uploading videos if they think that even this fucking idiot can break through. So I think they just go, here's a guy who looks like a complete moron, let's just push his video, break him through. I love a conspiracy, mate, eh? And I think it's to do it to give you all hope, to be like, oh fucking, I can make videos of me playing Battlefield and I'll just be in the house playing computer games and make money. I think it's why they do it.
speaking of the YouTube guys, we've got the Jake Paul fight at the weekend, on a Sunday. I thought it was Saturday.
So did I.
Weird day, but
Is it in Abu Dhabi as well?
aye.
Aye.
It's crazy
What
that
do
the
you think
sport of boxing has now become like this fucking circus for guys that are at the end of their career just actually trying to make a buck. Think about all the MMA fighters that are just like, oh, I'll go and do some boxing.
Did it to itself though, eh? Didn't it? Like, that's why the UFC is so successful, because the business model's good. You can't avoid people.
Aye.
Like, they phone you and go, all right, mate, you're not, do you want to? You are. It's going to be you versus
Aye.
Magomed Ankalaev on this date, mate.
Aye.
See you there.
It's not even questionable.
Aye.
Like, we don't really want this fight. It doesn't happen. It's like, no. It's the fight you're taking, kid.
And there is people who do get a wee shove and a wee push and they get the right opponent, but that doesn't guarantee they're going to fucking win. Like, I think, well, the one you put in the group chat, Paddy Drew Dober.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody was saying Paddy's getting the push, he's getting the fights that he knows he can win.
Paddy's not agreed to it yet, though. Drew has. So.
Oh, really?
Aye.
Oh, fuck it.
I guess see if you're any of the guys in Paddy's division, of course you're going to agree to it.
Yeah.
Aye.
You're going to get a massive bump in social media presence as well as a relatively easy
That's
fight.
a horrible fight for
You're
Paddy.
certainly capable of winning, eh?
Aye.
That's a horrible fight for Paddy, though, Drew.
He's a monster, eh?
Aye.
Very underrated, I think.
That's like
Aye,
a truck.
I had been messaging his wife. No, it was a nice thing. We
Who?
fought in the
Drew?
same. Aye,
Drew
Drew
Dobbers?
Dobbers. And I explained to his wife what a dauber is. Because his name's Drew Dobber.
I know.
Right, so we were fighting. We were fighting somewhere, and I had tickets.
Poor Drew.
And I'd been speaking to his wife, and I said, "Listen, we've got tickets."
So you're trying to say his wife was in your DMs?
Fucking see Poye chinning the boy with a sign.
That's deserved. I know. See, that guy was about 50. You're writing up signs to store and do that.
Fuck him.
You deserved more than that.
Aye.
Deserved
In all
the-
fairness, I don't
he
really
deserved
like
the-
trend after Dobber.
He deserved the curb stomp. Maybe.
American History X
Yes,
style.
of course.
Back in
So what was the Dauber's missus saying it?
Nothing. I was just
She
getting the
wanted
tickets.
So she wasn't into the Dauber?
I was getting her tickets
Right.
to. I can't remember what the show we were on, and she was across the room phase.
So no, Arizona?
It could have been.
I think it was Arizona.
And we just basically, because we get 4 free tickets for all the shows, and I would rather give them to somebody who's fighting in the card, whose family can then come. And I think that's what happened. Drew's family actually came down to watch him fight. That's much better than the tickets going to nobody and just getting wasted.
sure.
Of course.
Aye.
So Dauber.
Big Drew. Think Paddy will take it?
No.
Nah.
He'll maybe take it, then he'll pull.
Oh.
That's my opinion.
The guy doesn't need the money, does he?
No.
He makes some bank off bar stools, doesn't he? What, £1 million?
And he started saying now he doesn't even need the UFC.
Aye.
Yeah, he's got,
That's not a very
he's
nice
got quite a
thing to
good
say.
following on YouTube and that. I think his YouTube page does
What,
well.
and is
It does.
It's been deleted a few times. It's already back
His
up.
Instagram.
Aye.
Aye. The
Brilliant.
YouTube channel's all right, but I've watched a few. I've watched when he went and trained with like a bunch of US Marine, almost said UFC Marines there, US Marines and like sub 10 of them in a row. And they've never done jiu-jitsu before, of course you did. Like, I don't know. But people like to watch it.
I seen he was out at Thailand as well doing some stuff.
He's getting some grief for it, eh? Because of the
What did you just
fucking.
get up to at the weekend? You playing
'Cause he's
a
fat.
bit of golf at the weekend?
I am obsessed with golf.
Aye, I seen that.
I can't get enough of
And
it.
Shooter McGavin.
Aye. It was 27 years for
I seen that.
Adam Sandler. Just
He
won
dropped
the-
a fucking, what is it, he gave away a lead or something.
So I am obsessed with golf now, and it's fun. It's very easy on the body. But I'm getting rid of I can't be asked carrying my golf bag anymore. And
You gotta get a wee homeless guy to do it.
No.
Your missus.
Cookie.
The easy
He's fucking hell.
biscuits.
Carry my bag.
No, I'm thinking about one of these electronic
Khabib
carts things. One of the electronic carts, like a proper golf wanker.
Do you get one that just keep it at the...
Aye,
Yeah,
pretty much
golf.
at the golf club. So turn on the speed and walk and feel like the man.
Do you phone them up and they're like, oh, Mr. Craig?
No.
No.
Good strength.
What decade do you live in where women don't have any rights, and it's like, oh, sorry, Mr. Craig, I didn't mean to.
They've got rights.
What did you do at the weekend at Ross?
Just went to my work, mate.
Did you know go to a film premiere?
Oh, we did. Aye. I forgot about that. I had a great time.
So
actually.
Ross is my plus one because he's from the area.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine.
And-
Ross, you made my +1 to Vegas? No.
So he knows all
Bad
of
shit
them.
happens.
And he stayed across the road basically for where the venue is.
What did you think of the old neighbourhood?
Aye. It's weird that they have a cinema just slap bang in the middle.
Aye.
But
Pretty much,
That's how you
But it
stop
was-
that's how you stop the lower classes from revolting in it. Kinema cinema.
Kinema cinema.
it was cool, supply and demand to see it in a big screen. Like,
How was your acting?
I don't know, man.
It was good.
Aye,
It was good.
I think it's better.
He's obviously got to say that.
He's not, not obviously going to say
There
it.
was like a naked caravan scene I done, putting hand wraps on and stuff like that. Maybe I could have done it a wee bit better.
Where we put the hand wraps.
I
You did this movement like I was putting the hand wraps on my
Put a
shirt.
knuckle hanging around the helmet.
I thought it was good because your,
I did that when I need some foreskin.
your character was just like a dry to the point type of guy. And that's how it came across like.
And this is going to be a series.
Yeah, 6-parter. So that was chapter 1.
And what's is it being picked up?
It's not been picked up yet. I think that's why they put the first one out, because there's a viewing for it and it's sold out already.
Sold it out though,
for
quick,
Friday. So I think they're wanting like somebody to fund it for, because they want it to do better. But it looked good, man. See the way they shot it together.
Oh, for fuck's
That's
sake.
Paul's 22-minute nap.
No, it's my. Sorry, boys.
That's all right. But it looked good the way they shot it with the drones over
I love
Edinburgh
that.
and Pilton. Some of the locations were brilliant. All the other cast nailed it, to be fair.
Sorry, guys, and we're back. Just had to make an important phone call, and it was important.
I'm sure it was.
Sometimes you got to fucking hook a brother up, haven't you?
Oh, I get you.
Ah, yeah.
Right, okay. That's how you said this fucking.
What's that mean?
I had to say it in a lot.
You're like, he's got a bit of a belly.
Oh,
Right.
great guy.
Aye.
Like him a lot.
So, so the scene where like my wee cousin's dancing with my missus at a funeral, and I pure creep in and steal her off him, and I'm just like, baby, fuck this guy, and it just looks so creepy.
How funny is it though when you work at a pub or a club and you see someone do that?
I know.
It's the best ever, eh? Because you're sober, just standing and you go, 2 seconds, he's
when it
getting
came to
chinned.
the acting. What was like? How did they like direct you? Like, right, you've just to be a creep.
Aye, they're just like basically force yourself in the middle of the two dancing because we're ready to kiss. They're getting close.
Oh.
One's my missus, the other one's like my nephew or son, or my cousin. But I've been taking like coke at the bar and drinking whiskey, and I'm getting a stumbler like creep, like fucking shoulder down. But we've done it about 10 different times, different angles and that. And as soon as they say cut, I'm just like telling them sorry, man, because I was like grabbing her and that, obviously. But aye, I felt like half of the guys that Ross probably knows, and
It was quite cool to go and be like, all right. and then people coming into the cinema, they're like, all right, Ross, what's happening? I'm like, oh, how's it going? Just, you're
But-
still all living here, you degenerates.
But as an experience, that was cool. It was a cool night, wasn't it?
I enjoyed it.
It's cool
I love
day.
the drone stuff as well
Aye.
because it's places that are familiar to you. Seen it and you're like, oh fucking hell, it was good. I liked it.
But aye, so aye. What you get up to?
Any celebrities there? Any?
Just me.
It was a casting family showing the first one.
Well, you can have a celebrity. I'm just saying, you know.
So Gary's missus was in labour at the time, so he was like doing that, and she's in hospital and that. So it was quite.
Some beauty mark on him, eh?
Aye, quite. Aye. Aye.
He's obviously
Has he got a
fucking.
tan mark?
Well, I actually spoke to him about maybe in the future coming on here, but he's just about to bring his book out about his life. So maybe didn't like to be a good guess because he's obviously worked with Danny Boyle and he knows Irvin Wales very well and stuff like that.
Right,
So
cool,
he's had a mad life, but now he's addicted to the old Muay Thai. So he's been training with Hanneman and stuff like that, and he's been doing the Inter Club. He's never done it before, so it's good to see him having another passion as well. But he's just a great guy. Yes, he's
He was a good guy.
What a passion!
I enjoyed
as well.
talking to him.
Aye.
Straight away, it was like
Aye,
exact
say
same
click
stuff.
because of your accents, man.
And they were talking about all the fucking young team on motorbikes and everything. It was good. Just a nice guy. I liked him. He'd be cool to have on, actually. He was a good guy.
So it was a.
You'd have had a nice time. You should have came.
It was a busy.
Just forgot about.
Welcome to my life.
Paul wouldn't have came anyway.
I would have.
Drinking with big dog.
Here's
wouldn't have came.
the thing. Chris Bungard was in a suit looking fucking fresh, and Ross Cooper looked like he was just doing a bit of house burgling.
I was just back in the old neighbourhood, mate. That's had to dress for the area. Do you know what I mean?
So did you miss the dress up?
No, he did ask me, and I
Asked.
says, "Look, I'll probably wear a suit, but nobody else will be. So don't worry about it." Just wherever you want.
Was everybody in suits?
A couple of people.
No, me. I wore a hat and everything because I couldn't be arsed shaving my head.
I was going to say, like, what, do you need to do something with your hair?
Aye, mate, you've got to fuck it. This doesn't just happen.
But have you been in the Odeon Deluxe in the chairs and stuff?
Aye, that's good, isn't it, man?
Mega
It's-
comfy. Mega comfy.
Nobody wants to go to the cinema and sit in these shitty ass seats, man. They
They'll
go
showcase.
Showcase now's dynamite, by
Has
the
it
way.
been done up?
Very good.
Good ice blast showcase.
I was going to get an ice blast there on Sunday and I was like, no.
blast in a car park.
I need to see if anyone else is having one first because I didn't want to look like a fucking infant.
So you just went out and did an ass blast.
You end up having like a fucking Costa with cream in it. Like,
It was so shite as well.
Put your bud's drink down. Yeah.
It was so shite, eh? This is the worst ever.
So what's next for your the filming? Is it getting put out anywhere apart from this sold out?
I think there was talk about Amazon Prime. I don't know. I don't know. Honestly, don't know yet. I think they're going to need to wait to see what they're doing with the other chapters. They can't just put one out and then just wait because we've not even filmed any chapter 2 yet. But I like where it's going, and like there's non-actors and they've had zero budget, so
That's pretty cool.
Because
Did you not do filming before? And then you've got some extra funding, didn't you?
So it was a total different script. The guys on it, the guys on the first script, some of them died, and it was shown actually on the new one, and some of them got to jail. So it's like everyone just went up, then they end up getting a new producer in, and then they just went a totally different route with the new script, and it's a lot better. It's night and day. We shot outside the prison one time at Sawton, and we were like, we kidnapped Gary outside the prison, so he went up to the prison in Edinburgh and like went into the reception bit to see if he could use the toilet just so we could film him coming out the prison. So he had his jacket, and we pull up we basically kidnap him outside the prison, and there was people walking by like, what the fuck's going on here? That way, but we're filming. So that was quite cool shooting that, but that ended up getting scrapped for the new script and that, because Gary ended up like just being like the director. He's like, I didn't know how to star in it, direct it, and then edit it and deal with it himself. So, John, he ended up passing away. So, in the script, in the new one, we're at a funeral and there's a wee montage of him, and he was a lovely wee guy. So it's cool to keep him in that, but this has been going for like 2.5 years. I've been going to Muirhouse doing the workshop, which is just like,
what a place.
it's just like basically rehearsing and like acting and stuff, and I hadn't never done any of that before. And you did do stuff like Gary would take like 4s through the back, and one easy to tell like a real story, and then right, yours is real. 3s have to make one up similar to that. We had to go through and we had to act a story out in front of like 20 people, and then it'd say which one was telling the truth.
That's pretty cool, man.
If you're a good bullshitter like myself, I won every time, and I wasn't telling the truth. Not me. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. So
Good for acting.
It was so stuff like that, and then we go through the script. There's a scene in Supply and Demand where an old Irish woman sings an old Irish song,
Mate, that was sad.
cuddling her daughter that just lost her man, and it gave me goosebumps, and it was like the music kicked in, and it's proper. It was nice, man. Like what they've done, the way they've shot it, and that. They're talented guys, passion, but. We'll see where it goes, man. We'll see how it goes.
It meant a lot to everybody.
I'm
You
like
could
a
see that,
psycho
eh?
guy that's playing guns off of like terrorists and stuff like that. So I don't think it's got to end well for me anyway. And my wee cousin's shagging my brother-in-law, so I don't think it's got to be ending well. But I'm looking forward to some of the scenes that I'm going to be in anyway.
Brilliant.
I could come along and just dress like a fucking scumbag
You could
in the
be in it if you
background.
want. You could both be in it.
Aye. I could be an extra in Vikings. Jink.
I'm saying nothing, mate.
Nah. Chuck dirt on you.
I will.
dirtbag.
Maybe Vikings. The way you fucking treat women, you could fit in back in.
Mate, I treat women impeccably.
Dragging them with their hair.
My wife's very well treated.
I am sure she is.
She is.
Have you done the hoovering?
Hey.
If you're watching this podcast, make sure the hoovering.
She doesn't watch, but if she does,
Do you listen?
no. She's not allowed TV or that. She's not allowed a phone or that.
The dark arts, man.
Mate, I've been watching so much of his stuff again, Theo Vaughan's fucking
he's
unreal.
the guy, man.
So good. Get him on.
Good, man.
Did you see Brendan Schaub's coming to Glasgow?
I was going to bring that up, actually.
You're not going to go and see Brendan Schaub.
No way. How can that sell?
Been
How can that
rescheduled a
sell?
few times, eh? I think it
How
was.
can that? Who's going to that tour?
Where is it?
Fucking.
The O2.
No, surely not the O2. Surely somewhere
The
like
smaller
further.
one.
Jimmy, let's check where
Aye, go and check and see where this is.
Brendan Shaw was playing in Glasgow. I think it is the O2 Academy.
Is it?
It will be.
Well, Michael Bisping.
Just get the
Michael Bisping sold out.
UFC fans like, hey Brendan.
Aye, me. I'll be-
So I met Brendan Shaw one
I've
time.
not been wrong yet.
So here's the thing. See if he invites you. Do you go?
No.
Aye.
Hi. Is he going to invite you?
Well, Michael Bisping invited me to his, but I like Michael Bisping and I went to his.
Aye,
His
he's
is
a
brilliant.
That's a different kettle, man. So I met Brendan Shaw one time at the Comedy Store in Hollywood, at LA. As I was going inside, he came outside, right? There's obviously all the crowd waiting to go in. He's came out the door that the punters are going in, stood at the side of the road, pulled his phone out, looking about, just clearly kidding on he was on a phone just to be recognised. Right, and people were like, Brendan Shaw, and I was just like, he's a pie anyway.
He's a pie.
He kept turning around and like people were like, can I get a photo? Like, yeah, sure, man. And the phone was away. No, but it's not the phone anymore. Just phone was away, just to be recognised. And I was just like, nah, you're just a pie, man.
He's a simp, eh? Did you see the
He's no funny at all, man.
See the posts his missus? He put up a fucking picture of his wife in her fucking underwear on Valentine's Day and that.
Wow.
He's a bitch, mate.
That's a bit weird.
Aye, very
Did
weird.
they not fuck Bobby Lee's missus?
Did he?
The good looking one that
Did they
does the
not
I
podcast?
didn't imagine
Did he not
Bobby
fuck
Lee's
Hingy as
missus
well?
to be a looker, to
Ronda
be honest.
Rousey?
You don't think she's a looker?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. If I imagine it, I'm like, I don't care what she looks like.
No, she's hot, man.
Aye.
They did the podcast together.
Bobby Lee got the dough. Is that his mess? Is that his show? Aye.
And he.
So remember she was talking about pulling bugs out her ass and all that because she thinks she came from, I want to say a country's name, but maybe Uganda, something like that. But she doesn't look like she's from Uganda.
Where does she look like she's from, mate?
Maybe Mexico. Maybe Mexico. No, she's hot though. But I'm sure Brendan Shaw banged her, man.
Before Bobby Lee was in there? or-
No.
Oh, he rides his mate's birds?
Yes.
Is he one of them?
Look, I'm sure this happened. I thought it was about you, but aye.
He was cut with Showtime, wasn't he? Because he wasn't funny. Because he was employed by Showtime.
Did
you see what
boxing with him, eh?
He called his alcohol drink?
Tiger Thick.
Tiger Thick.
His son's called Tiger.
I don't give a fuck. That's the worst name. That's the worst name ever.
And that's what his dick's
He's
called. Thick.
a Tiger Thick with 2 ice cubes. Tiger Thick, 2 C's. Oh, you don't sell that here? All right, okay.
Talking about selling stuff, my man Bruce Buffer hit me up. He's got a cologne coming out. There you go. I'm smelling like Bruce.
Old Dion.
70% of the time it works 100%
bring
of
in
the time.
puss. Bring in the puss. Smell like
Did you
Bruce.
say what it's called?
Sex Panther.
I've not. Probably it's time.
It's time.
Oh, mate.
It's dirty box time.
Dirty box.
I'd buy
time.
that. I'd sample it.
I'm
I'd
going to buy it.
sample it.
So I've
Of course
got.
it's a guy. He's
I've got
made a
UFC
fucking
London.
intro, not me.
I've got UFC London.
You going?
Yeah.
Definitely.
I would like to do the podcast. Actually, watch it with you, but
It's a good card, man.
I know, it's a very
the,
good
the
card.
main card's fucking fire. Duncan, my boy Duncan's on it. Chris Duncan. He's got a
do you
new
see
guy.
he's got some beer as well.
He's got beer.
Aye.
Who?
So he's got this.
Bruce, we talking about?
No.
Duncan?
Chris Duncan.
He's
So
got beer?
I would.
We have beer.
So he's got this company called Fanboy who does all his t-shirts.
Right, I know that.
Right. So they've got t-shirts, but they've also done a 6-pack of beer to watch the UFC with. It's pretty cool, man.
Yeah.
And it's got like
Different.
his face on it. Aye, I think that's kind of cool. Like,
So
I'm thinking
so Duncan's face on the beer?
Duncan's face in the beer. Big.
That's interesting.
Aye.
Let's
It's
get
cool.
some.
It- it's cool, man. I'm into
different.
that.
So when you get an aftershave?
I think it goes on sale like the week of UFC London's here.
So we just set a bottle on the table. Just say, Bruce, thanks for fucking...
Cheers, Brucey boy.
It's funny when like different fighters go into different avenues in it. Like people taking it like
You've got it though, eh?
I would go into tea, I think.
Tea?
I'd like to make mine tea.
A bad guy tea?
Aye.
It's
got that spice in it.
Aye, it's like not really the
But
thing.
everybody, like, you get people making coffee.
Bad guy Ching, maybe?
You go, fuck. Got to fuck. But, like, obviously, Dustin's got his, like, hot sauce. McGregor's got the whiskey. Tiger Thick, whatever the fuck that is. What is that?
Some
Malt?
fucking
I think
headache
it is a
off that
whiskey,
whiskey, like.
Yeah.
What is it?
Proper 12, some fucking headache, man.
Aye.
All Irish whiskies are like that, though, eh?
Oh, yeah, I had a bad experience with that.
Sugary.
We cannot go.
It's just because they're so sweet.
We've told the story, haven't we?
What?
With it.
Where you drunk 43 bottles of it.
No, it was just in Arizona, wasn't it?
No, my story, your story. I didn't drink it.
Have I told this?
You drank it in the street. And
Aye.
You were
Michael
under the
ended up with a
bench.
chip tooth, aye. We told this story, aye.
I don't think we told it in the podcast.
See, I don't think we have.
The Arizona one. I think you maybe told it in the
A different
2
podcast.
pints one. Maybe we told it then.
Oh,
Maybe.
aye, you did, I think. That was a decent podcast.
Aye, we'll run through the old story.
Go on, aye. People want to know.
we
quite
got to take it for though.
Where do you want me to take it for?
About Paul's degenerate behaviour.
After you've broke his arm,
Right, so
you need to get that in.
Aye.
You broke the champion's arm.
Jamal Hill and I have a scuffle. He ends up in the wrong side of a broken arm. So after the fight, we then go back to
Took
the
it well.
hotel, and we're still in our kit, like our fight kit. And then we got a couple of whiskies. Jamal Hill's coaches come, really, really nice guys. Have a wee celebration with them. Jamal Hill's coming back. Audie comes up to us and says, "Listen, we've got an after party booked if you'd be interested in coming." And you've got to remember, this was right at the height of fucking COVID. Like back home, everything was in lockdown, and we're in the middle of, we just had a fight, and then we're going to go to a nightclub. So
See, just quickly, see for Jamal Hill coming back, did he just go to the hospital?
Aye.
They looked it over and just put it in a fucking sling?
Pretty much.
And went, "See you later, mate." And then he just went out on the piss.
pretty much. So anyway, we end
Fuck,
up
I'd have been in my bed greeting.
It was so hot, man.
I was.
Arizona. is
Was
so
that
hot.
like a Kim Kardashian? Oh, that's so hot. Oh, it was so hot. So we end up in. Wow. Go fuck yourself, man.
Right, continue, bro.
So we should do like a Patreon with all these wee like things we do in between it.
Zero edits.
And then describe it. What we're doing.
And then like so we'd be over the
You
top.
need
So
to
the reason
bite.
he did this is because of this.
You need to pay to hear the inside scoop.
The good stuff.
Aye.
So anyway, we're in this bus with Leon Edwards had just beat Diaz. We're in with all their team. The place was fucking. This bus was bouncing, man. Right. We end up in this nightclub, and it's like me, Jimmy Manoa, you, Michael, Francis Ngannou's there, and one of the guys to the gym's trying to give Francis Ngannou boxing tips. I'm like, get the fuck. How fucking. He's absolutely steaming. So anyway, we're in this place. Place is brilliant. Me and Jamal have a dance off. I also win that. And then we end up, they're like, listen, we're going to go back to an after party. Now, me and my boy Jimmy wanted some titties.
I understand.
They're like, we going to the strippers? Jimmy's like, yes, Paul, let's go to the fucking strippers, mate. So anyway, there's a guy who turns out to be Matt, who we met in Rio. He's got a box of whiskey. So I end up taking one. I asked for one. I said, "He's a bottle of whiskey."
It's proper 12. You know what?
The guy
you get
says,
a plug.
The guy says, I don't think you're allowed that. And the lady goes, "Pal Craig, he gets one." So crack this bottle open, start drinking it in the street. Right? It's like smooth as fuck.
You can do that with proper 12, to be fair, though. It's no bad
So
taste.
then we end up sinking this bottle. Jimmy Manoa is fucking pissed, man. Right? The guy could barely stand. Right? So we end up in this limo. Audie's like, "Listen, we'll take you back to this penthouse." And Michael Blair's trying to get in the car, and Jimmy Manoa's kept going to him, "Michael, get in the fucking car, mate! Get in the fucking car!" Audie's like, "No, Michael's not coming with us."
Michael, fuck off.
So we end up going back to this penthouse.
Great,
We go
yeah.
upstairs, and there's just drink, man, flowing, like bottles of fucking you name it. And I'm just like, just being a greedy bastard. What happens is I end up really drunk, and then Tim Simpson and Audie put me in a limousine. Right? This is the worst part of this story.
I love this bit. This is my favourite bit.
So I need to be sick because I've had copious amounts of alcohol, and I remember thinking, if this guy fucks me out here, I have no idea where Arizona I am. So I'll just not make the noise of being sick, like, you know, I just opened up my mouth and just let it flow out like a river. All down me, like just. So the guy obviously stopped outside the hotel room, the hotel, grabbed me, fucking pulled me out of the limo, covered in sick, and left me in the middle of the street.
See you later, buddy.
Aye. And
hope you make it.
so I'm just lying there. So I crawl underneath like a park bench, which is outside it. And somebody from the UFC hips up the coach and says, listen, you're going to have to come down and get this guy. So I'm just like, so listen, it's like 3 or 4 guys to try and move me because I'm like a dead weight at this point because I'm absolutely fucking steaming. They put me in this wheelchair. There's a woman.
Was it a wheelchair?
There's a woman, right? But I'm just like, so a woman's got a hold of my jeans. Remember, I'm covered in sweat. Holding my jeans and basically wheelbarring me into the elevator. So anyway, I woke up the next morning, stripped. So coach had stripped me, like down to my jockeys. All my sick shit was in one corner. But we'd bought Diamondback tickets to go and see American baseball. And I spent a bit of money in these. I was like, I'll buy them because I'm steaming. I'll get them, it's all right. I was fucking, I could barely stand, man. I'm going to do this. And it was just down the road. So we end up going, they end up giving you these big fucking cans of beer. Just end up so hot. How disgusting was it?
Sweat lashing off your tail. It was the worst.
We end up doing that. We end up coming back, and as we're passing, we see there's another, just as we local pub, and they say, listen, we'll go in and we'll try and get a hail of the dog. So we go in and we start drinking. And then chaos ensues again. We end up fucking back on it. We end up in this like dive bar. And as we're walking into this place, right, this is the best thing ever. We're walking into this like it's like a proper shitty bar, and there's these 2 American dirt box bitches, right, and they're in the middle of
desert trash, man.
Fucking desert dirt, right, and they're getting tore in about the bouncer. What is this? Some kind of place?
They must have thought we were wearing them or some shit.
So we
yous were there.
Because we go in, right,
We were behind them.
these 2 girls, right, and they didn't get in because they were like, they'd went up first.
They're dropping F-bombs everywhere, man.
Right, so then we went in, but as we're getting in, because we get in, because they thought we were guys, obviously we're guys, they're shouting, what is this? Some sort of fucking homo place? Fucking full of kids? And we're like, what the fuck? These 2 bitches were absolutely wild. So we go in, finish after the rest of the night, couple of whiskies, and then we end up having to try and get back home to watch the Scotland game, which was literally a horrible one, man.
Aye.
We literally had been on the piss for 2 days, got up, watched the Scotland game, and then had to go to the
baseball game was so bad though.
I don't know how cunts do that.
What a shit sport.
Baseball?
Aye.
Drawn out,
We had no idea what was going on. It's like rounders, but shitter.
Americans love fucking stuff like that.
It takes so long.
Like American football as well.
American football lasts for like, what, 20 minutes or something? Is it 17 minutes an actual game lasts for? But it takes like, actual play is like
That can't
17
be
minutes.
right.
Am I right? Go and check up how long the actual running time of an American football game is. It's something like 17 minutes. But the actual event takes like 3 hours.
Aye.
Just because people want to get pissed. Yeah, let's fucking go, man.
Fanfare.
Aye.
Americans love that shit.
So that was the Arizona story, which is everywhere we go, we kind of end up fucking pissed. But what I didn't tell you about was Chris had drank everybody's whiskey in the before we got an invite to the party, right, the after party. Chris drank like fucking 5 whiskies right after that. Bum 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 bum. We went up to get ready. He passed out in his bed, and fucking that was him wiped out. Missed all the hilarity. The next morning, Hingy was missing. Michael Blair was missing. Michael Blair had just disappeared.
Lost.
And then he comes in and he looks like fucking Harry for
Bangkok has him
he looks
now.
like Harry for no Harry Lloyd from fucking Dumb and Dumber. Big chip tooth. A bird in the nightclub had went to him, "Are you doing MMA?" Ty clinched him and fucking kneed him square in the dish.
I didn't even know that.
Chipped his tooth.
Chipped his tooth.
Fuck's
How long's
sake.
American match last?
It's saying 60 minutes.
60 minutes.
That's what it's saying.
I thought you said 16.
I did. I said 17.
That's terrible.
That's not even close, is
No
it?
way. Think about it. You talk about it, stops and starts.
Aye, I think there's a lot of stops and starts.
4 15-minute quarters.
4 15 minutes quarter.
Oh, so it's like maybe 1/4 is 17. Maybe.
I don't know. I've made these stats up anyway. Don't look at me for American fucking rules in sport.
I know.
So that was Arizona.
But it takes 3 hours for a game to be played.
That's fucking wild, isn't it? Guys just fucking about.
You're going to go on a mad one in London?
Aye, fucking right.
Quality.
Going to shit the bed. You ever drunk so much whiskey you've shot yourself?
No.
I have.
I had a few whiskies on Sunday night after the premiere thing.
You ever had to have somebody fucking shower you down? shower the shite off your arse.
You,
I can't say
you wanking your dick like a pilgrim again?
No, I got my shift covered because I was worried that like I would be late to work and that, and then to be honest, I just didn't want to go, so I got somebody to cover my shift, and I was driving home.
What about all the drugs you could have taken off people?
What's your whiskey? What's your...
This is the problem. So I just thought, I'll just
Better not
grab.
been Johnny Walker.
No, it was grouse.
Oh, too soon.
I just grabbed a wee half bottle of grouse out the fucking. Aye, mate.
Do you remember the first one where he said he only,
What?
he only does half
bottles.
only does half bottles because a
Can't
full
drink.
bottle turns into a fucking moron.
Anyway, I did that anyway. Off the half bottle, my missus was like, I never fucking slept at all last night. I was like, how no? She's like, because you're just lying there with a fucking whiskey snort, just making noises in the fucking bed all night. And then the problem,
Big growler.
aye,
She's a lucky woman.
Aye.
she is a lucky woman. I got her name tattooed on my hand just so.
Fucking hell, man. That's
Sorry.
dark.
I've never punched her.
Just
Never.
open
I wonder how long
hand. Just
it-
open hand.
Nah,
Do you think we'll ever get to a podcast where we need to cut something with it? Because I think we should have cut something out every single one we've done.
Why?
So see, the more this podcast goes on, the more I think, we probably should cut that.
We need to be careful for you because you've got a future. You kind of do as well, but no me. Like really, this is if this podcast doesn't. This is like all my chips are in on this.
I mean,
I don't give a fuck.
I'm all in on
You
this
can't-
podcast. If
Can't
this doesn't
cancel
make
somebody
it,
that doesn't really care. So
I know.
I'm alright,
That's the
man.
way I'm looking at it. Is like, what's the worst? Like, genuinely, what's the worst situation? I get sacked.
Aye.
for the UFC,
I'm sure I'll find another job. Something. I'm
Aye.
sure Asda needs somebody to stack fucking milk.
that's where I'm at now. So that's fucking. There was boys filming me at my work on Saturday night, putting cunts out, and I just thought to myself like, oh, if this goes a bit wrong here, I could actually get in trouble. But that's it. Everybody we were catching in the toilets with gear and that. Just Jeezy peeps, man. I can't stop saying it. See that fucking Jeezy peeps? Can't stop saying it. So there's a boy at my work. He's probably about 40. Nah, I think he's 40. So he's never took any eckies before. So I found some eckies.
Found
Found them.
you confiscated.
Aye. So I was like, here, mate, dispose of them. So he's like, oh, I'll see. So he messages me on the Sunday night. He's like, I took half of one of the eckies and I thought, this is fucking shite. I'm just going to take the other. Fuck, I was fucked, mate. I just couldn't even. He's like, no wonder those cunts love the techno. He's like, I'm in my sitting room. This is fucking brilliant. Guy just loves his cell. Doesn't give a fuck.
Oh, just fucking bouncing.
But we took a boy out on who's in like he was in a bad way, too much ket or too much whatever, and the guys at the front radioed him, were like, the police are up at the top of the street, didn't bring him up here, because they'll be like, oh, what's up, why are you letting people get like that, and the police give shit about everything. So we've got a wee lane down the side, so the guy's just he's just cheerful, like, he's having a nice time, but he's just too fucked to stay in. So me and, we call him Stan, but his name's Stuart, so me and Stan have got a fucking arm each, we're walking him out, we're like, right buddy, we're going to put you down this lane here, it just takes you to the bottom. And he was like, oh, why are we going down this lane? I was like, this is where we hand out the punishment bummins, mate. And just straight away he just went and I mean, thinking like, he can't actually believe we're about to fucking pull his pants down in this lane. Imagine you're just out here and you've got fucking two big gay skinhead looking cunts, because Stan's a big gay looking skinhead guy as well. Two guys taking you down this just pitch black lane, mate. Got an arm each and fucking. Anyway, that was it. That was my. Well, no, I enjoyed the premiere. Actually, I was going to say that was the highlight of my weekend, but the film premiere was the highlight of my weekend. But threatening to bum wee eckied up guys is also quite funny.
Best part of your life, mate.
Aye, I've nothing else. I've just nothing else.
Brilliant, man. Super.
So in the way forward, what we've got John Jones. In fact, we've
The
got
big one.
Krylov. Are we allowed to speak about this? Because this is
Speak about it, Brett. We speak about the shit we do speak about is fucking none that compared to a John
I'm
Jones
going to bring
fight.
this back to being an MMA podcast.
Are you okay? John Jones, Cyril Gann, who wins?
John.
John,
I'm going John.
hands down.
Aye.
Ryan Spann versus Nikita Krylov.
That's announced. That's
this
announced.
weekend.
That's a tough one.
Aye, so
That's
so
this
what?
weekend.
Aye, it's a
Were
main
you going to
event.
say something like
No,
something?
it's Krylov versus Ryan Spann. Is that what I said?
Aye.
Aye.
Fucking brain
Aye,
damage.
it's main event.
Who you going for?
I think Krylov's.
I think
Krylov. I think
Krylov.
he's very, very well rounded.
What makes you say that ahead of Span? Span's doing good.
Span's only got the knockout power. Like, Krylov's got a bit
I think
of-
that's not enough to stop.
Maybe no stop him, no.
No,
No.
I don't think so. I think he's too technical.
Span's came on a lot though. See, when you were scheduled to fight, you
I
were
was meant to
scheduled
fight
to
him,
fight him, eh?
just before lockdown.
In London.
Aye.
UFC are like, do you fancy coming out to America? This is right at the heart of lockdown. I was like, can you guarantee they'll get home? And they went, nah. It's like, no then. They get stuck in America. And then like 2 days later, Chris
I'd fucking love
Bungard.
that.
Chris,
I'd love that.
Chris Bungard's in fucking New York, just strolling about an empty fucking city.
Brilliant.
Having a great time.
Best days of my life.
Do you think you would have done Ryan's band then, aye? Well, obviously you would have done him, but...
What do you mean you've done him? I'll do him now.
Aye, no, but that's what I'm saying. Do you think he's much better now than he was then? Because he was kind of a bit hot and cold at that time.
Like, who's he beat?
Who did he just beat? Who was his last win?
He knocked out England, didn't he? It was a knockout.
I think pretty
Was
much...
it Ozdemir?
No.
No.
Looking at it now.
Smith, was it? No.
No.
Smith beat him. He sparked somebody. It was OSP.
Is it Dominic Reyes?
Reyes.
Oh, Reyes, it was.
Reyes.
Right. I just...
And then who's before
I
that?
watched that KO this morning too.
Who's his last few fights?
Dominic Reyes.
When?
This one I'm not going to be able to pronounce. Ion Kutalaba.
Koulibaly.
Aye, who's moved down a weight class?
No, he's fighting that Tanner Bozer
Boza.
at light heavyweight. That Tanner
he?
Bozer's moved down from heavyweight to light heavyweight, and he's fighting fucking Ion Kutalaba.
Right, so Kutalaba's moving back up. Who else?
He lost to Anthony Smith.
Aye.
Lost to Misha.
Sirkunov.
Yep.
Misha sucks them
Sorry,
off.
He beat.
He beat Sirkunov.
Yep.
Right, he's on a better fucking tear then, isn't he?
Aye.
He's
Lost to
injured,
Johnny
don't he?
Walker before that.
Say that again?
Lost to Johnny Walker before that.
Aye, that's a bastard.
He's good though, Ryan Spann. He'd be a good win, like kind of like on your CV. It's good to be like, oh look, know as if you really need any additional. Like, oh, who's Paul beat? Oh right, aye,
Just
Jamal,
wanna say Shogun.
Magomed,
Shogun,
Shogun,
yeah,
Shogun.
you know what I mean?
Aye, made him taxi strikes as well.
that's my favourite win.
Is it?
Aye. I know I've got favourite submissions and all that kind of stuff, but just to beat Shogun, who
He was the
kinda cool.
first MMA fight I ever watched. Was Shogun Hua.
Even when they put these fingers up your fart funnel.
He went deep inside the fart funnel.
That was a mark of respect.
It was. Like,
Sure, he rates your grappling
he's
Way
like,
up to the second crease.
to the knuckle.
it was quite nice.
Aye.
And then they gave us a bottle of Howlerhead for winning.
Just say sorry, you got violated in the anus.
Aye. I've spoke to him like
But that was through COVID, Vegas, because we weren't allowed to leave the hotal.
I mind seeing
And
the
I put
videos.
on like 20 kilo.
that's right. Every time we walked past
Jordan playing the guitar when he top on.
So every time
Clearly
we walked past his room, he stayed in like this wee, like it was like a wee bed sit kind of thing. One, it was like 2 beds, and there was a living room, kitchen. Every time we walked past, it was just like fucking Uber Eats shit outside his house, man. Like
Quality.
like
And
fucking.
there were scales at the
KFC
bottom of
chicken.
the exit. So every morning we're just checking our weight, and like Jordan's obviously ripped to the bone always. And I was like up to 90 kilo or something. And I was
Were you
just
actually?
like, aye, because I was injured at the point because I wasn't training that. And it was just
There wasn't a lot to do there, was there?
It was demoralising me, eating and then just weighing myself every day. I was just torturing myself.
We literally just sat out in the sun. There was fuck all we
Aye,
did.
you couldn't even
Absolutely
fucking
nothing.
That's
sit in the-
brutal, that, though,
couldn't even
really.
go in the pool, weren't letting you in the pool not because of COVID.
Aye,
Why?
just shit.
Because you get it through the fucking pool water, like.
Aye.
I don't know. It was a conspiracy anyway.
Aye, it was a load of shit. It was banter, eh?
Are you allowed to say that?
I don't know.
Aye.
Can you say
Aye.
it?
I'm saying it. COVID. I mean, nobody even talks about it anymore. They still do the test centres.
Do they?
Aye, in Glasgow there's a few. Like
Oh, in
still,
fact, remember we had to.
I got one for Brazil.
Brazil. That's right. You had to get one.
A test?
Aye.
Just a negative test to fly. Or it was to get into Brazil, in fact. It wasn't to fly.
That's right. And remember they pulled us over.
Aye.
Used to make-
America don't give a fuck though. Like, they won't check you in America.
Oh, we know.
I mind we used to have to do it for people going into a fucking club. Imagine 1,000 people going in, they've all got to test. I never gave a fuck, I just let everyone in.
They've done it.
Couldn't have cared.
The Celtic games for a while as well.
What's the
Just-
point, eh?
Well, obviously I was just using a fake one. but
Aye,
it's just
everyone
like-
did.
It's just a lot of shit.
No, I actually did have a real one, man.
You had a real
I
one.
to go get fucking jabbed because I was like, I missed out.
You only got one though, didn't you?
I got two. I remember I missed out in the fight. I was meant to fight Gustafsson in London,
Aye.
and he cancelled, and then they moved it to the Apex, and I couldn't get in. I was like, fuck that shit, man.
That's my day that.
Should've just lied.
Oh, yeah. I never got it.
Do you think you'll get him one day? Or do you think he's just too heavy now?
I think he's done now.
Aye.
I think he's
Got
done.
up to heavyweight as well, isn't he?
Is he still at it? Has he got anything booked? No.
He looked good. See his last fight. See him. Where was it, Weeba? Was it
beat him, Krylov?
Was it London?
Krylov.
Aye, he looked in good condition. He looked in really good condition. It's the best I've seen him. Like even as he was fighting like John Jones and all these fights.
He was a fucking amazing, eh? When you think about it, he was really like the only kind of problem he had was the guys above him were like John Jones and fucking DC.
Aye.
That's hard.
John Jones, DC, Rumble Johnson.
Aye.
Guys, another Leathered podcast has been complete. Well done. We've made it. Relationships are fractured.
Not mine.
Not between us.
My relationship's perfect.
But
Everybody knows their role in my house.
we've definitely come in at a much nicer a much nicer level, haven't we? With regards to the crazy shit.
I don't know about that.
So guys, yes. That's it.
I think when you tune in to listen to us, I think you know what to expect now.
Aye.
Know what I mean? If you don't, then don't fucking listen.
It's not a family friendly.
But if you do like it,
It's not a family friendly podcast.
Like all you beautiful fuckers that have subscribed and followed and fucking sent messages.
We still need to do
We
that.
love you. We appreciate you.
Still need to do the poster, right,
Fellow
guys?
degenerates.
So like and share.
Aye. Once we get 100 followers,
1,000.
1,000.
1,000.
Paul's got a signed.
No signed,
Is it no signed? I
No.
thought it was one of the event ones.
because I'm keeping that.
All right. Okay.
I keep all my posters.
Right, but we'll sign it anyway.
Aye. We sign it.
Aye.
Fair dues.
Well, whoever wins it, they can. Whatever they want.
If they want it signed, we can write a message on the back of the poster.
For Scotty.
Big hairy. So guys, listen, keep it high, and we'll see you next week.
Goodbye.
Peace.